On this episode, work within the constraints of today. Hey everybody, this is the Quarter Show, and we're talking about working within the constraints of today, which, you know, in simple terms, here, I learned early on when we were building this company, I learned early on that I would work, you know, it started off where I was like working from week to week and month to month and looking at my overall targets, different things like that, but then I found that by the time I was down, it was too late, right? So by the time I realized I was down, or by the time I realized I was off pace, it was too late. And what I realized is that you have to work within the constraints of today. You have to work within the constraints of bell to bell. And you look at it and you go, okay, so from 8:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30, whatever that time is that you start, 6 a.m., whatever, to 5, 6, 10, whatever the time is, you need to work within the constraints of today. And if you're gonna get it done, you need to get it done today. And the thing that's amazing is that salespeople go on and talk about, oh, you know, we're having a call tomorrow, we're talking tomorrow about this or that. But here's the thing. If you can't get it done today, what is so special about tomorrow, and what do you have up your sleeve that's so magical about tomorrow that you feel so confident about your ability to do it tomorrow, right? If you can't accomplish it today, what's so fantastic about tomorrow that you feel like magically you're gonna have the superpowers to go get it done tomorrow? You're gonna do something, you know, pivotal and different tomorrow that's gonna get it done.
This sounds crazy, I realize that. It sounds nuts, but it's 100% true. It's wild.
Yeah.
There are so many reasons why we think that, you know, that something's going to happen tomorrow, because of data we have or things we've been told or ideas. Like the business world is packed full of ideas as to why something's going to happen this week, tomorrow, this month, this quarter. And the only thing I can say to you to like help adjust the viewpoint is if you have enough experience and you're able to reflect on it enough and really be honest and look at it, you'll start to see it. You'll start to see the number of time different prospects or clients or deals or agreements didn't shake out in the time that people thought they would. Honest, hardworking, good-natured, you know, intentional people, like people who wanted to get stuff done. It doesn't matter, because if you look back at the track record, it's chalk marked full of like potholes and didn't happens and all sorts of things like that. So it sounds a little crazy, but you know, and this subject is actually pretty huge, because honestly, and this is not just sales, this is like right down into getting approvals for the projects you need, getting your budget set aside, getting things signed off, getting your creative people to finish projects. This is time creation. All of this, completing things, like as you get them, completing them and they're done and off your plate, that's time creation. I work with, because, you know, in sales, you know, and working with executives and things like that with other companies, you end up working with some of the busiest people around.
Oh yeah.
And and most of them are awesome, and this is not a critique of a person who is busy, but I will tell you that there is an indicator of someone who is so busy, things start to lock up and action starts to cease. To the degree that they're not completing cycles of action is the degree that they will become more and more busy and unable to do things. The only way out of busyness is to complete things as fast as humanly possible and get them done.
Yeah, and to comment on that point, it's like the way to unstick that flow is, like Ben said, is to just start tackling one by one and get those things done, one at a time. And the thing is, there's this whole thing that people do. It's like, especially in sales, it's like, we have a call set up tomorrow. I'm gonna go tackle that tomorrow. It's always tomorrow and next week and different things like that. But really, these cycles pile up, and it just builds bad habits. bad habits. You constantly let yourself off the hook and you tell yourself tomorrow, but when tomorrow becomes today, you're back at the same thing, same routine. You don't confront it today. You don't tackle it today. You don't work within the constraints of today to make it all happen. Some little thing happens tomorrow, and because you didn't put the work ethic in and the discipline in and the confront and the tackling, one little hiccup happens and you're like, oh, actually it's going to be tomorrow again.
For sure. Or next week by that point.
Next week.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
You have to force yourself to operate within the constraints of today. You can't be reasonable about this. It has to be like, okay, you know what? Today I'm tackling this deal done. And somebody, if a prospect tells you, we're talking tomorrow. It's like, I totally understand. Listen, how can we get this? If we had to wrap this up today, what would we need to do? Who do we need to talk to sort of run this through the line and get it done? Does that mean you have to be pushy, by the way? No. Does that mean you have to be a pro? Absolutely.
Because what's happening on their side is when people do that, and sometimes deals they come in the next day, and that's totally fine. That's great. But you shouldn't agree with it and shouldn't go into agree with it, because what's happening on their side.
If it came in the next day, you should have controlled it, handled it within the constraints of today, and which is why it rolled in or whatever. But all of that logistics would have been done and handled that day. Even if it does trickle in the next morning, it should have been because of the constraints, the actions you took that day.
Yeah, exactly. And so part of what's happening with them is what's happening with every single human being on the planet. Is they're like, yeah, so we'll talk it over and we'll and get it done tomorrow. It's the same mechanism happening with them, so you have to professionally guide them to get it done right then, right there. This is not necessarily the best way of doing things, but this is something I do when I've got house chores, and I've got a huge list of house chores and things like this, or some list of house chores. I pick out the ones that I know I can finish immediately. I don't go and mow the lawn first, because mowing the lawn is going to take an hour and a half. But taking out the recycle and doing the dishes and getting the floor swept and vacuuming the rug, that's going to take me, all of those will take me less than an hour, and I can go check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark, and I'm creating time. And then, good, let's go and get the lawn done. And that's not necessarily the best way to do things or whatever, but that is a way to get things done. But part of it though, and in the business world, like today, for example, I brought in a deal, and it took, like, I didn't necessarily. I have a very fine rapport with the person that I talked with. There is a challenging aspect to this person, because they shift their own weight around and do things the way they want to do them. And so I had to like get the confront up. It's a very short cycle of action.
Sure.
It was a very nice deal that took a very small amount of time to get done, but it required me to go, all right, I'm going to go back into the room with this guy, and I'm going to get this done. And I didn't necessarily want to, because he's whatever. But I went and did it. So that's the thing, is like in getting people to get things done, or in getting things done yourself. Sometimes, for example, I have prospects, and I know they want to do the project, and it would be helpful for them, and they know it, and it's all lined up, and what they have to do and what I actually have to do. But what's on their side of things is they actually have to go and ask for the money for their budget.
Ooh.
And because of the way that can feel sometimes, they don't want it.
What?
So it can take literally weeks just to have the 5-minute conversation with the CEO, because, well, the CEO will give me the money if I get all these other assets done first, and if I demonstrate the production and everything, and he basically can't say no, but that'll be 3 months from now. And the problem is, it's actually the same conversation. It just feels different. So if you're on the flip side of that, right, and you're purchasing, or you're trying to get a project approved on your side, or you're trying to get assets in place, go and have the conversation today.
Scary, yes. Needed, absolutely.
For yourself, it's needed. Not for me, not the salesperson.
Yeah.
It's needed.
Overall, you have to operate within the constraints of today to get stuff done, in order to, not have it all pile up. Otherwise, the whole world, we all run into this thing like tomorrow, next week, and as we know, look, I mean, here's the deal. The Achilles heel of a lot of human beings is just procrastination. I mean, we all know it, right? It's just, this is nothing new, right? Like, every single person that I think I've ever run into that I possibly know procrastinates. I really don't know hardly anyone above it. Maybe my mom. Maybe. one perfect individual.
Yeah.
You know, everybody else.
Everyone else
procrastinates. You know, and it's like, it's just a human nature thing. It's like we all do it. And your job is to run such incredible tight control that you get things done within the constraints of today. And you know, and stop kidding yourself. Like, magically tomorrow's not going to get better. But somehow when today is today and you talk about tomorrow, somehow in our heads it's like we're sold on this idea like tomorrow is going to be better. It's like, why is tomorrow going to be better?
And to the degree that you do that, the problem is that what you're doing, whether you're a salesperson, whether you're someone who's trying to get projects done, to the degree that you do that, the reasons for that are you're assigning cause to other people. You're assigning cause to your CEO. You're assigning cause to your prospect. You're like, they're in charge of your job. Like, you're giving them your job to that degree, to the degree that you don't go, I need a $20,000 budget because here's what I'm going to do, and here's the whole layout.
It's going to happen because you make it happen. It's going to happen because you did something that made it happen.
You know, Rob decided to update the branding for Richter, right? Branding, as we all know, takes at least 6 months, maybe a year.
Yeah, a couple of years.
Right? Where's the Richter logo out there?
Yeah.
Gorgeous, tight, excellent. He got the website done. It probably took him like a month and a half or maybe a couple months. But that was some hard frickin' like, you know how it is to get a website done. They normally take 6 months.
I have my own procrastination on it. Like, the truth is, like, I'm a perfectionist. I have my own procrastination on it. So could have been faster.
Yeah. But when it came time to, like, let's get the logos done, let's mock it up, let's do this and that, you know how quickly it was done? Very fast. You know how quickly the surveys were done? Very quickly. Like, very quick. Like, everything was done. I was like, everything looks a little different around here. And it was like 3 days, 4 days.
Yeah, like 72-hour rebrand.
It does not have to do these things.
No.
People add time because they're not facing up to, like, getting it done. Decide.
We're all guilty of it.
Very few things are life and death, or even like disastrous in any way or something like that. You know, the big decisions come along 2 or 3 times a year.
I believe you could totally consult companies and just totally change the game for companies consulting on one thing. Getting rid of all procrastination and getting things to happen within the constraints of today. I believe you could probably double, triple, quadruple companies' numbers just by this one piece of data. You could open up a consulting agency that does just that. If you do, I want to know about it. If you open this thing up, I want some credit on it. You know, but absolutely, you could solve a huge amount of your company problem just by getting rid of procrastination, operating within the constraints of today, getting it done today, and not pushing things off till tomorrow and the next day and next week and so on and so forth.
Done Today Consulting LLC.
Done today. Do it today.
Done, yeah.
Do it now. Do the work. There we go. That is the message. I hope that helps. I know it will. We'll have more coming at you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Subscribers are going up. That's cool. I think a lot of people don't sometimes know how to subscribe on YouTube or I don't know.
There's a button.
There's a red button.
It at?
It's a red button. It's down. If you just kind of look right in that region, it's right there. And then make sure to follow us on Twitter at The Quarter Show, and you can hashtag The Quarter and see other episodes on Twitter and all this kind of
stuff.
stuff.
The penalty for subscribing is that you get notified that there's another video that we
the email comes in, which is good.
Yeah.
Which is good. So we're going to keep awesome content coming at you, and we hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. We'll have more coming at you very soon here.